one of my classmates had the power to see ghosts. He was a very strange character himself. He always looked at people very hard, sometimes staring rudely. Sometimes he looked not at you but somewhere just to the left or the right of where you were, as if he saw something there. In our final year at school, the class organized a barbecue at PSLE Actual after the exams as a final get-together. Almost the whole class turned up for that party, and we were all supposed to stay overnight. Everybody was having a good time, shouting and playing games. Somebody tried to get some disco dancing started, but I guess it was still too early in the night for that, so people just broke up into small groups to talk among themselves. Everybody was still having a good time. I noticed that particular classmate of mine and another friend of his going off in the middle of the party to investigate a bride nearby, which was supposed to be haunted. Somebody had told me about it on the ferry to PSLE Actual in the afternoon, and I remembered overhearing somebody telling that classmate of mine that they should go there later in the night to have a look-see. So, as I watched the two classmates go off, I realized where they were going. I don't know why, but for a moment I felt like jumping up and running after them. I wasn't sure whether I would have stopped them or joined them. Anyway, it was just as well I didn't go after the two. It was quite dark, and I don't remember them carrying any torchlights. I looked out for them, though I didn't tell anyone they had gone, even when somebody later asked where those two were. I saw them return about an hour later when everybody had already settled into small groups. I remember there was a very strange look on the face of the classmate who had the sight, as we all called it. He looked like he was following somebody's footsteps, the way he kept his eyes on the ground and was stumbling back in a hurry with his friend. Somebody called out to him, and he looked up, startled. I think I remember somebody saying something like, "Hey, where have you been? Ghost hunting, is it? Saw any or not?" And then, the classmate slowly raised his hand and pointed above the head of one of the girls and said, "I see it right now. She is floating just above your head." The girl screamed. She looked as if she was going to go into fits. Thankfully, one of her friends managed to calm her down. The classmate with the sight also tried to calm her down, saying he was just making a joke, that he hadn't really seen anything. He was quite convincing, actually, but those of us who knew him well knew that he hadn't been lying when he said he saw something. There was no ferry back that night, and when we fell asleep it was only from sheer exhaustion from trying to stay awake.